Hello, hello. Hola, ¿cómo estás? It is like 3 p.m. here. I'm starting the happy hours early, okay? I'm starting them early, and you can't judge me because it is 5 p.m. somewhere, but then also I don't have anywhere to go to, which is such a great feeling. But anywho, let's get to the point of the video. I'm not an alcoholic, by the way, don't judge me. I'm about to burn this off. But today's a great day. And I wouldn't say a great day, but I will say it's a pretty good day. I heard back from one of the grad school programs that I applied to that I honestly wasn't sure if I was going to hear back from them, but I heard back and they invited me for an interview, which is very exciting. I applied to 6 schools, 7 programs, and I heard from 5 out of 6 schools, which is honestly pretty great. And I'm still waiting, fingers crossed, to hear back from 1 school. Now, why do I bring that up? I bring that up because this time last year, honestly, I was planning on applying to schools and I decided not to because I honestly didn't think it was going to be the best timing, but then also I just didn't think I was going to get in. I didn't think I was going to get in. I didn't think I was good enough. I didn't save the world. I didn't start 7-figure business. I haven't done anything super crazy. I haven't led international companies. I don't know. I quite frankly, had mediocre stats. And so I didn't think that I would get in anywhere. And so I was like, let me take a step back and see how I can strengthen my application. A year came. Did I strengthen it? I don't know about that. But even up until the point of applying earlier this year, I was like, wow, I don't think I'm going to be very competitive. And it was quite a very difficult time period for me, very depressing, if I'm being honest, very, very depressing, because there's all of these self-doubts as it relates to, oh, I didn't go to a super great undergraduate program. I didn't have the highest of highest GPAs. I didn't have the best of best test scores. My work experience, let's be real, trash. Didn't go to the best, most elite companies. People applying to these schools are going to the Apples and McKinseys and all of that. And I'm at my little old company that decided that they weren't going to pay us for a few time periods. And so, I'm taking all of these things and I'm seeing posts from other people who are they have all of these great stats. They didn't get into the schools that I applied to. So what is little old me supposed to do? And so hearing back from these schools where it's we're inviting you to an interview. I'm like, what? Little old me? Because I was this close to not applying. I didn't apply last year, and this year I was I just don't know. But after working so hard, I was like, you know what? I'm just going to shoot my shot, leave it to God. At the end of the day, I can't self-select myself out. And if I don't get accepted, I don't get accepted. But if I don't apply, I'm definitely not getting accepted. And I think for me, this brings to mind just this bigger conversation of shooting your shot. And I know so many people talk about this time and time and time again, but as someone who didn't think that they were perfectionists, but is starting to realize, maybe I might be. I find myself often having all of these great ideas or plans of things that I want to do, but then not doing it because of this fear that I don't measure enough. It's the constant comparison of not being entertaining enough, not being funny enough, not being pretty enough, not being anything enough. Honestly, quite frankly, being mediocre and not even the good mediocre. And I think, oftentimes that stops you from just doing anything. It debilitates you. Shooting your shot and seeing where life takes you. And it's interesting because there's 2 examples that come to mind off the top of my mind. I'm thinking about Mustard, who produced the beats for Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, and then I'm thinking about Doechii. As it relates to Mustard, I saw an article and he mentions how he just wanted to work with Kendrick. He just wanted to work with Kendrick. And so what would he do? He would send Kendrick 5 beats a day for 3 months. That's commitment. Because listen, me, I send them 5 Vs, you ain't respond once. I'm like, you know, it's time to let me stop embarrassing myself. But he was consistent for 3 months. And look what happened. Kendrick ended up liking one of the beats, and it was to one of like what Grammy nominated award-winning song. And what's really interesting is how he's actually about to come out with an album called Faith Like a Mustard Seed, which I'll get into a little bit later. But having that faith and having almost that conviction to just do something, see where life takes you, shoot your shot, and be on your merry old way is incredible. Similarly with Doechii, she's up and coming. She's an artist that a lot of people are passionate about. And what's interesting is that she used to produce videos. One of the videos that's very popular was the fact that she ended up losing her job, and that kind of spiraled her really diving deep into trying to pursue her creative dreams. But what was really interesting to me about that video was when she noted that at this point, I don't have anything to lose. I'm gonna start going to all of these different like entertainment places, seeing if they have an internship, because what else do I have to lose? And I think that's really the mindset, right, that we have to get into, of having faith, you know, even if it's as small as a mustard seed, but just shooting your shot, seeing what happens, not self-selecting out, but realizing that maybe an opportunity may not be built for someone else, but maybe it's built for you if you stay consistent. But then also realizing that you may not, you really need to get to that place where you have nothing to lose. That's how I feel right now. I feel like I'm almost on this brink of greatness, but I don't know how I'm gonna get there. I really don't. I don't got money. I don't got status. I don't got popularity. I don't got execution and results. I don't got nothing. But I just feel something so strongly. And it sucks because there's that fear that what if I never reach the pinnacle of my greatness and I've already peaked at nothingness. But I do believe that God or higher power gives you dreams and gives you hopes, and you just gotta stick with it. And you got to get to that point where you really have nothing to lose, and you don't put yourself in a competition with other people, but you put yourself in a competition with your own self, and you have to run the race. And so that is why I'm making this video, because I want something to look back at. I hope in a few months I get accepted to school programs, which I don't even know if I'll get accepted, because I suck at speaking. If you can't already tell, I suck as it relates to interviewing. Honestly, maybe I'm just not the best of the best, but I'd rather shoot for the stars, as they say, and wind up upon the moon and see what happens. But I'm hoping that by the time that I rewatch this video in a few months, my speaking will be better. I would have been consistent with something. I would have kept moving towards a mission, and I will hold on to faith the size of a mustard seed and continue moving with it. Even when things seem really tough, that I won't let detractors, which include myself, which include other people who failed along the way, because just because they failed don't mean I'm gonna fail, baby, okay? So just because my past self failed don't mean my future self don't fail either. So, you know, not getting distracted by detractors, but really holding on and sticking and fighting the good fight, which is so difficult. It's so difficult. It's so difficult when you don't have that motivation, when you don't have that validation. But I want to build that confidence in myself. And I want to get those congratulation emails where it's like, Deborah, we're inviting you to Deborah, well done. I'm gonna get there though. So I am going to be vlogging my journey, hopefully consistently, taking you along with me. And this is gonna be the first of many rough videos, but that's okay, because we all have to start somewhere. And so I hope y'all are starting somewhere, and y'all can start with me, and we can be great together. Cheers.